persecutor,
intimidator,
tyrant,
tormentor,
browbeater,
repressor,
harasser,
oppressor,
bullying, bullying,
bullying,
bullying,
bullying.
Remember that girl in America that killed herself because she was bullied on Facebook? Well, that nearly happened to me. It started about 3 years ago. I thought those girls were my friends, but one by one they all decided to turn on me. It started off just stupid stuff, name calling. Then they found some photos of me and photoshopped them, made it look as if I was a lesbian or something. Somehow they got hold of my Facebook password. I must have written it down somewhere. Next thing I know, they're sending emails to everyone in my friends list, making me look like the bully. Next day at school, I'm getting grief from all my innocent friends. It's like I've lost the plot or something. Then they used my password again. Posted my email address and my phone number on a sex site. Made it look as if I was on the game. It really started to get to me. But I was so confused I didn't want to tell anyone in case they didn't believe me. And all the time I had to go to school facing the girls I knew were doing this to me. I started getting messages saying that I should kill myself. That I was a waste of space. Then they posted my details on a suicide website. Next thing I knew, I was getting information on how to top myself. I went to the police. What I didn't know was that the messages the girls had sent me, they were illegal, against the law. Luckily, I'd saved all the messages that they'd ever sent me, all the threats, the emails. The police dealt with them. One girl even got excluded from my school. Result. But now, I'm able to get my life back on track. Finally.
The question I kept asking myself was, why me? I know everyone gets a bit of grief, but it felt like it was always happening to me. They started to make rhymes about me, and before long the whole school knew about them. Break times were the worst. I didn't go outside because I knew what was going to happen. They were a big group, the popular kids. They started saying rumours, call me gay. I went to see the doctor. He said I was depressed. My mum took me to see a psychologist. He said I had low self-esteem. It got to the point where I even wanted to change schools. It all came out when my mum found a note in my lunchbox that they had put in there. It said, "We'll get you tomorrow." So my mum took it to the head teacher. I was bricking it because they would know that I'd told them, but in the end, I was all right. The boys were sent to the head teacher and the ringleader was excluded. Yeah, I still have to face them every day, but they don't bully me now. I think everything's gonna be fine.
I was doing okay until I got my first phone. And that was when it all started. It was a particular bunch of kids. They were really cruel. Sometimes they'd ring me up. No one on the other end. Sometimes I get really abusive texts as well. I tried to change my number so many times. Then they started making abusive phone calls. calling me bad names, saying bad things about my family. I got all depressed and had to go to the doctors about it. And, well, my grades started to fall. I went to speak to one of my teachers. She told me to go to the police. But what I didn't realise is what those kids were doing. They could get 6 months for it. The police told me to keep all the messages and a call log. They got BT involved and traced all the calls. That sorted it. The police had a word with the kids, so did the school. And the call stopped.
It's been happening for as long as I can remember. I used to cry a lot, and I think that's why I was bullied. They called me a sissy and a crybaby. I did laugh for a little while, but then it really started to wear me down. I didn't talk to anyone about it. And now I realise I was a victim. Maybe that's why I didn't do too well in school. I felt really lonely, like a complete outsider. And that's also when the violence started. Break times were the worst, and it was the same bunch of kids all the time. They'd push me around and pull my hair. One time they stole my bag. One girl peed in it and then gave it back to me. I had to throw it away. And you can laugh, but I didn't. I didn't do anything. I just let it happen. Maybe that's why things got so bad. Now I'm in the sixth form, and I try not to think about those things anymore. I found a really useful website, and I now know I'm not the only one going through this sort of thing. And you can talk to people about it. You've got to stand up to bullying. You've got to tell people.
Stand up to bullying.
It's not your fault.
Don't put up with it.
Don't be a victim.